Hey everybody, this is Dream, and today we have a breakdown of NFL Saturday Wildcard for the pregame app. So for this particular wildcard, it's $20 entry. You can have up to 50 entries. I will show you the details here. Here's the payout structure. Top 15 gets $25 or more. First place gets 300. Scoring here on this NFL wildcard is very similar to FanDuel. So if you play FanDuel NFL, the scoring structure here is similar. It's not exact, but it's similar. It's closer to FanDuel than it is on DraftKings, so I do recommend if you're looking at players, this is the better way to go is to see how they perform on FanDuel. With that said, let's get into the entrance here. So basically, for this particular slate, we have 10 options of 10 pairs of players that we have to kind of compare and contrast and figure out who we want to utilize in these entries. I will also show you here all my picks currently. These are subject to change based on injury situations and stuff. I know Trevor Lawrence is at risk of being out, so keep that in mind as well. So basically what we have here is we have 10 picks, and what you need to do is you can pick 1 to 10 who, like, your top one is going to be the pick that you like the best, and the bottom ones are going to be the one that you're the most flimsy on. Basically, if your player wins the matchup between the two players, then you get the amount of points that you wagered for that particular player, and then whoever has the most points between all the picks at the end wins overall on the slate itself. As you can see, there's some entrants here. There's quite a few people still needing to enter here. So with that said, let's get into the picks themselves. So we have a pretty good slate here. I do think a lot of these picks are really solid, good picks to pick from. So we're going to start with the bottom here. My weakest pick here is Walker the third over Kittle. Now, I do think that this is just basically a toss-up option. Whichever one of these guys you think is going to get a touchdown in this game is probably the player you should pick. I think Walker slightly has an advantage here, being a running back, but I do think Kittle has some upside as well. I feel like this is really the most toss-up one as I could get to. I actually was leaning towards Kittle at first, but then I just think Walker's a little bit safer. Now, if you think Kittle is going to score a touchdown, then we go with Kittle. For number 2 here, we have Ingram and Everett, and I have this matchup is just dead even. There's just nothing discerning whichever guy you think is going to get a touchdown is going to be the guy that you're going to want to utilize here. For the third one, we've got Metcalf and Samuel, and I have Metcalf over Samuel here. This is kind of a toss-up as well. I do think Metcalf gets a few more targets than Samuel, and so that's really what made the difference for me. That's why I ended up going. I'm at least currently going with Metcalf over Samuel. For the fourth pick, we've got Palmer and Zay Jones. Now, I like Palmer over Jones here. He's got a better chance to have a better score. He gets a little bit more targets and a little bit more upside as a result. Now, I do say that Jones has a higher ceiling, but he also has a lower floor. So I do think Palmer's a better option. Then we're going to get into picks that I'm a little bit more confident about. We're going to look at Kelly and Jones here. Now, I like Jones quite a bit more than Kelly. He just has more point opportunity, and he should get more, he's got touchdown potential as well, whereas Kelly is a little bit more risky and tends to have lower scoring games in general. Then we're going to look at this quarterback situation between Purdy and Geno Smith. I do think Smith is a good quarterback here, but I think Purdy's actually been better in 4 straight weeks when it comes to fantasy over Smith throughout the season, so I think he's got a higher upside on this particular game. Not only that, but San Francisco defense is a little bit tougher than Seattle's. They're both good defenses, but I do think San Francisco's got some upside here that that Seattle doesn't when it comes to the defensive perspective. Then we're going to look at Herbert and Lawrence. Now, I've got Herbert here. If Lawrence ends up playing, that would definitely make it a little bit harder to utilize him to go Herbert automatically. But I am concerned about Lawrence not playing. But if Lawrence did play, then I would move this down to 6. And if If Lawrence is ruled out, then I would move this up to 10, obviously. So right now I have it at 7. For the 8th spot here, these are my top 3 picks where I really just like the players better overall. I have Allen over Kirk, and I just think Allen just overall is a better player than Kirk and has a higher potential chance to score fantasy points today. Just a lot better in general. And then for Lockett and Ayuk, it's just a similar thing. He just scores more points than Ayuk does generally game to game. I think he's overall just a better player and has a higher upside as a result. And then for the top pick, my favorite pick overall on this particular slate is Eckler over Etney. Now Etney, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, he has been good this season, but Eckler just has a lot more upside, a lot more consistency, and he's just a better player overall. So I think he's the better pick. And as you can see, these are my current picks right now. So that's pretty much what I have for this. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. I will show you the scoring aspect here again. We get a point for every 10 rushing or receiving yards, 6 points for touchdowns, rushing, receiving, and then 5 points for passing touchdowns. We get a bonus if a quarterback threw 20 yards or more. He gets a 1-point bonus. We also get a half a point for every reception wide receivers get. And then we also lose a point for interceptions and fumbles. So, and again, the scoring structure, first place will get $300. If you get 15th or better, you get 25. And obviously that depends on how many people enter. So the more people that enter, the more likely these numbers are going to be accurate. These are also guaranteed, and there's no rake. So you don't have to worry about any rake or any risk of this not filling up. If it has 10 players, then 10 people will play it out, and everybody will cash in that regard. So that would be nice, but we'll have to see how many people end up in it. Right now, there's only a few people in it, though, so make sure to check it out. Make sure to check in the link in the description to download the app here, and use the promo code DREAM to get a match for your if you for your deposit bonus. I've actually had several good days here playing NBA so far. I've had 3 really good wins, and I'm having a lot of fun with this app. It's a lot of fun the way it plays, and so I really like what it's doing. And obviously right now we have 2 games on the lobby, NBA Free Throw, NFL Saturday Wildcard. But I'm not going to play NBA today. I'm just focused on NFL for tomorrow. And so that's what I have for the slate. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. And have a nice day, guys.